Getty Images Conservative take why the NFL protests have failed. NFL player protests around the national anthem are fizzling while ratings have suffered. That, Ed Morrissey argues in The Week, is because the league's response missed what angered fans to begin with. The protests have become explicitly partisan. After President Trump criticized the kneelers, what began as an attempt to call attention to police violence against minorities became a mark of opposition to the president. NFL fans expect Sunday football to be an escape from the politicization of all things, Morrissey writes, in part because taxpayers provide publicly funded stadiums to billionaire owners and millionaire players for almost every team in the league. We are all footing the bill for NFL players' workplaces. Why should they become venues for partisan protest? Campaign trail Dems look to agonize 18 Republicans in 2012 Missouri Democratic Sen. Claire McCaskill intervened in the Republican primary to boost Hodgkin, seeing him as the easiest possible general election opponent. It worked, and she was right. McCaskill won. Now, reports Gabriel De Benedetti at Politico, Democrats are looking at several 2018 Senate races to make similar trouble, including Arizona, where Kelly Ward, a challenger to Sen. Jeff Flake, said Sen. John McCain should vacate his seat as quickly as possible after his brain cancer diagnosis. They're looking at Nevada, where frequent candidate Danny Tarkanian, who once mused about pretending we're black, referring to his African-American opponent, is running against Sen. Dean Heller, and other states. Of course, it can be a risky endeavor. Hillary Clinton wanted to run against Donald Trump in 2016, so Dems should be careful what they wish for. From the left, Harvey Weinstein's enablers in the press. Now that Hollywood mogul Harvey Weinstein is publicly facing allegations of sexual harassment, comments Jim Rutenberg at the New York Times, pundits are discussing it as the industry's worst-kept secret. How poorly that reflects on the press, Rutenberg says. Somehow the whispers concerning his alleged hotel room and workplace abuse has never threatened his next big deal, industry award or accolades. The real story didn't surface until now because too many people in the intertwined news and entertainment industries had too much to gain from Mr. Weinstein for too long. Indeed, Weinstein built his empire on a pile of positive press clippings that, before the internet era, could have reached the moon. It's long past time we finally got the full story. Rutenberg concludes it's time for the era of open secrets to come to an end. Health writer: social media boosts teens' self-esteem. Is social media getting a bad rap? At USA Today, Kaiser Health News' Natalie Jasowitz concedes that social media can drive envy and depression, enable cyberbullying and spread thoughts of suicide. But the reverse is also true. Therapists and researchers, Jasowitz avers, are finding evidence that social media may help improve mental health by boosting self-esteem and providing a source of emotional support. Some beneficiaries are members of marginalized groups, who find a social circle they wouldn't otherwise have. But many young people find advantage in controlling their digital presentation by curating their online personas to reflect their best traits, choosing flattering pictures and sharing exciting experiences. Users remember what they like best about themselves. From the right, the silliest anti-gun argument. National Review's Michael Brendan Doherty responds to those, such as Michael Shermer in the New York Times, who scoff at the notion that guns in the hands of private citizens could possibly be a bulwark against tyranny in the form of a nuclear-armed U.S. military. Doherty admits to being a skeptic of unfettered gun rights, but notes the argument Shermer et al. Make is just plain wrong. The Taliban doesn't need to defeat nuclear weapons, though they are humiliating a nuclear power for the second time in history. They use a mix of Kalashnikovs and Wira bolt-action rifles. Plus, if America want to use nuclear weapons on foreign fundamentalists in Afghanistan, why does anyone presume they'd use them against Americans in Idaho? Compiled by Seth Mandel.